Is Natalie? Yep, she's here.
We have Natalie, we have John, we have Grant. Is Gloria here?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, bear with us a little bit. I've got my volume on my iPad turned way down to accommodate the meetings, but I still need to be able to hear anybody that talks. We will call the meeting to order at 6:31. We will forego the Pledge of Allegiance, and Bonnie, we're going to have to do the oath of office.
Okay, Wayne, you're first. So raise your right hand
My right hand.
and repeat after me. I, Wayne Boucher,
I, Wayne Boucher,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully
and that I will discharge faithfully
the duties of the office of Mayor of the City of Hermantown
the duties of the office of Mayor of the City of Hermantown
in the County of St. Louis,
in the County of St. Louis,
the State of Minnesota,
the State of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability. That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
Are you ready, John Geisler?
I am ready.
Okay. I, John Geisler,
I, John Geisler,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully
and I will discharge faithfully
the duties of the office of council member
the duties of the office of council member
of the City of Hermantown
of the City of Hermantown
in the County of St. Louis,
in the County of St. Louis,
the State of Minnesota,
State of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Okay, Grant, your turn. You got to unmute. There you go. I, Grant Hoschild,
I, Grant Hoschild,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
the Constitution of the State of Minnesota,
and that I will discharge faithfully
and that I will discharge faithfully
the duties of the office of council member
the duties of the office of council member
of the City of Hermantown
of the City of Hermantown
in the County of St. Louis,
in the County of St. Louis,
the State of Minnesota,
the State of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Great. Now we need a roll call by the city clerk.
Counselor Geisler,
Here.
Hoschild,
Here.
Nelson,
Here.
Peterson,
Here.
Mayor Boucher.
Here. Announcements. Are there any council members that have announcements to make at this time? Councilor Geisler,
No announcements.
Councilor Nelson,
No announcements. Welcome,
Councilor
Grant.
Peterson,
I just want to congratulate Mayor Boucher, Councilor Geisler, and Councilor Hoschild on their elections and being a part of the council, and looking forward to the next couple years.
thank you. And Councilor Housechild?
No announcements from me.
And all I want to say is thank you for everyone that puts themselves out for public service. I'm glad the voters decided to return a good team for the next 2 years. And I look forward to what we have in front of us, especially with what we've got behind us. Public hearings, we have a public hearing tonight on Road Improvement District number 539. Mr. Mulder, would you go ahead with the introduction to that?
So back on December 7th, the city council accepted the feasibility report and ordered the public hearing. there were 3 property owners that would be impacted by this project. So we met with them on December 22nd, and we communicated to them both the cost of the project and the fact that they would be expected to bear the cost of that project. It was a very good meeting. We talked with them, but at the end of the meeting, they did not feel that the project was worthwhile and that there was enough of a benefit to them for the project. We told them that unless they were willing to agree, that we couldn't recommend that the city go forward. So it's our recommendation that you hold the public hearing tonight, and then at the end of that one, again, unless the property owners are willing to pay for the cost of that road, is that our recommendation is that we would not proceed with this project.
Thank you. Are there any counselors that wish to comment on this? Counselor Geisler?
No comments.
Counselor Nelson?
No comment.
Counselor Peterson?
No comments.
Counselor Housechild?
Nope, nothing for me.
And I have nothing. Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment on public hearing on road improvement district number 539? Are there any public comments on this road improvement district? Hearing none, we will move on without action to communications. Mr. Mulder, the communication 139 is in relation to 539. Have you covered that in its entirety?
Yes, I have.
And next is communication 20-194.
And this is just for the council's information at this point in time. But this is a memo from Ellers, who took a look at our water usage this summer in May compared to February of 2020. And it shows kind of the impact of the pandemic, which basically moved the number of users, instead of the number of users peaking at 2,000 gallons, it actually peaked at 3,500, which moved everybody into that higher tier. So we wanted to provide that information to you. We'll do a full-blown report on both this report and the report that we had last month, and talk about the issues relative to the high water usage in 2020. We'll do that at the next meeting.
Thank you. We have no presentations at this meeting. Public discussion. Now, there are 2 times when the public can discuss during the rest of the meeting. One is right now for any item of general interest that is not on the agenda. And later on, there will be an opportunity for public discussion at each agenda item prior to voting on it. Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment at this time? Is there any public discussion at this meeting? With no public discussion, we will move on to the consent agenda with the notation that one item 2021-04, has been taken off of the consent agenda and will be discussed under regular resolutions at the request of Councilor Geisler. Do we have a motion for the consent agenda?
Motion to approve, Peterson.
Second, Geisler.
Housechild.
Motion by Councilor Peterson, second by Councilor Geisler. Roll call, please.
You're muted.
Your mic's off, Bonnie.
Gotcha. Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And now we will move to that item which was removed from the consent agenda, 2021-04. Resolution authorizing and directing mayor and city clerk to execute and deliver agreement for professional services with Northland Consulting Engineers, LLP. This would be for city engineer services. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Nelson.
Second, Housechild.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder, do you have any comment on this motion?
So this is just the renewal of the engineering agreement with Northland Consulting Engineers for 2021.
Thank you. City councilors comment. I know Counselor Geisler would like to comment. Would you like to go first?
Sure, thank you. I'm going to vote on this, but for the record, my son works for Northland Consulting Engineers. I'd just like to state that the award of this contract has no financial benefit to either myself or my son.
Thank you. Counselor Nelson,
No comment.
Counselor Peterson,
No comment.
Counselor Housechild.
No comment.
And my only comment is I appreciate Counselor Geisler's transparency in this matter. Can we have a roll call?
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-06. Resolution approving additional engineering services by Northland Consulting Engineers for construction staking on section 24 trail. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve Peterson.
I'll second Geisler.
Motion by Counselor Peterson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder?
So when we were initially began the discussion of section 24 sewer trunk line and the trail, we really didn't have the trail included in that, and that was added later. And the construction staking was not included in the original estimate. To date, they've spent about $12,000 on the trail estimate. They've got about another $5,000 to go to complete the trail. So we're asking to add that $17,000 to their fees.
Thank you. Council comments or questions? Counselor Geisler?
No comments.
Nelson?
No comment.
Peterson?
No comment.
Housechild? And my only comment, I would guess again that Counselor Geisler's son does not financially benefit from this, or neither does he.
That's
and
correct.
Remember the public that has input on this matter. Hearing no public input, we will move to a roll call.
Counselor Peterson,
Aye. Sorry, my mute button was slow. Aye.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye, sorry.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Next is resolution 2021-07. Resolution approving additional engineering services by Northland Consulting Engineers for utility relocation along Morris Thomas Road. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve Nelson.
Second, Housechild.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder?
So this is a request from Northland Consulting Engineers for additional fees for relocating the hydrants and the water main on Morris Thomas Road as part of their, part of St. Louis County's improvements on Morris Thomas Road later this year.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Counselor Geisler?
Just similarly, as we stated with the other contracts with Northland, my son is an employee there, and the result of this has no financial benefit to my son or myself.
Thank you. Counselor Nelson?
No comment.
Counselor Peterson?
No comment.
Counselor Housechild?
Nope.
And I have no comment. Is there any public input on this matter? With no public input, I would ask for a roll call.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-08, resolution approving wage rates for part-time employees in 2021. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Geisler.
Second Peterson.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Peterson. Mr. Mulder?
So this is the same rate increase that our contracted employees received for 2021. And so we want to take care of our part-time employees as well. So that's why we're recommending this pay increase.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from counselors? Counselor Geisler?
I guess my only questions is that I think of these part-time employees to be like the summer help. What other part-time employees are we speaking about?
Yeah, so it's just the custodian here at City Hall.
Okay,
She works about 15 hours a week or 520 hours, a little over 520 hours a year. And then all of the rest of them are in public works, summer help, and
Yeah.
they can't exceed 500 hours.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from Counselor Nelson?
No.
Counselor Peterson?
No.
Counselor Housechild?
I'm just glad to hear that we're giving our part-time employees the same, increase as our contract and union employees. So thanks, staff.
Thank you. And I have no comment. Any public comment on this matter? With no public input, I would ask for a roll call.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye,
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-09. Resolution authorizing and directing authorizing the Director of Finance and Administration to amend selected 2020 budget and make transfers. Motion?
So moved.
Motion.
Housechild.
Second
Motion by-
Peterson.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Peterson. Mr. Mulder, would you like me to have Kevin explain this?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. So we have some annual budget amendments here. And then the second part of this is 2 transfers between funds. The first budget amendments are things we do annually to account for variances between actual and budgeted expenditures. Either a project is in a different year, or in the case of last 2020, we had the COVID CARES money, and so we wanted to amend the general fund to reflect the expenditures spent by the city on the CARES money that then we got reimbursed by the federal government. So we're transferring, actually we're increasing the budget in these various categories that you see on the resolution. Then secondly is the transfer between funds. We issued some new debt, and as part of that, we refinanced and closed Fund 319, which are the 2010A bonds. And so we're going to close that fund and transfer the remaining cash to the new debt service fund that is now paying the remainder of that debt. And also we made the first payment on the Section 24 sewer trunk line debt payments that we took out in 2020. And so we're transferring some money from sales tax to make that first debt payment that we made. Again, these are 2020 adjustments, or this resolution is for 2020 that we're approving tonight. And then that'll clean up 2020 and we'll move on to 2021.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Counselor Geisler?
no questions.
Counselor Nelson?
No.
Counselor Peterson?
No questions.
Counselor Housechild?
No questions.
And I have none. Is there any input from the public on this matter? With no public discussion, I'd ask for a roll call.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye,
Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-10. Resolution approving substantially completed final plans and specifications and ordering advertisement for bids for road improvement district number 537, the Levake Junction Road. Do we have a motion?
motion to approve.
Second Housechild.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder?
So this resolution is just a little bit out of the ordinary in the sense that normally we would have you approve final specs and plans. But right now we're at 90%, but we want to have approval to advertise starting on January 21st. If we waited until the 19th, when we have the final plans to get authorization, we would miss that deadline to put the ad in on January 21st. And the reason we want to do January 21st is so that we can have enough time to do all the legal advertisements, receive bids, and then award the bids so that we can do begin construction toward the end of March, where we need to do clearing and grubbing and utility relocations.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Councilor Geisler?
No comments.
Councilor Nelson?
Nope, no questions.
Councilor Peterson?
Nope, I'm good.
Councilor Housechild?
No questions.
And I have none. Is there any member of the public that wishes to speak on this matter? With no public input, could we have a roll call, please?
Counselor Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild, Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-11, resolution receiving preliminary engineering report and calling for public hearing for road improvement district number 534, the Uggstead Road, and the hearing would be for February 1st of this year. Do we have a motion?
Motion Peterson?
Second, Nelson.
Housechild.
Motion by Councilor Peterson, second by Councilor Nelson. Mr. Mulder.
So this is the preliminary engineering report for Uggstead Road project. As you'll recall, we've talked about this project on different occasions when we talked about getting federal funding, and we have started geotechnical evaluations, and we are in the process of hiring a project engineer. So maybe David Wolf, you want to explain the project just a little bit for the council and for anybody who might be listening or watching.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Mayor and council, as you all are aware, we've got a federal aid project that we're planning to design and construct here in the next 2 years. I don't, is it appropriate to share the screen again, or should I just talk through this?
Just walk through it at least at this point.
Okay, so you kind of got a snapshot earlier meeting tonight, but I basically have 7 different sections on Uggstead Road from Maple Grove to Highway 53, and then on Arrowhead Road from Hawk Circle Drive to Thilke Circle. So the plan here is what we call a rehabilitation, which mostly does surface corrections, improve sidewalks, curb and gutter, etc., without getting into the road core of the project. Additionally, we plan to put about 1.25 miles of trail from Highway 53 south to Levesque Junction as part of this federal aid project, and then also some turn lane improvements at the intersection of Uggstead and Arrowhead. And again, we're in the process of hiring a consultant to design this in 2021 with the intent to advertise and bid and let this project in early 2022, construct it in 22, and then in 2024, when our federal funds become available, we will reimburse our state aid account with those dollars. So with that, that's a quick overview of the project. And with that, if there's any questions from council or mayor, I'd be glad to answer them.
Thank you. Any questions from councilors? Councilor Geisler?
No questions or comments.
Councilor Peterson?
No comments.
Counselor Nelson,
Nope, no comment.
Counselor Housechild,
No questions.
and I have no comments. Is there any public input on this matter? With no public input or discussion, could we have a roll call, please?
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2021-12, resolution authorizing and directing mayor and city clerk to execute and deliver an agreement for consulting services to study planned unit development within the R3 residential zoning district. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Geisler.
Second, Nelson.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder,
We'll have Eric Johnson explain this resolution.
thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. As a follow-up to the moratorium that was enacted at our previous city council meeting, staff has reached out to two consultants to obtain proposals in order to study planned unit developments within the R3 district. These were the ARDC as well as HKGI, which is located in Minneapolis. Staff had extensive phone calls and emails with both consultants to speak to them about this project and the goals from the city standpoint. Both these consultants have worked for the city in the past. Two proposals were received. The proposal from HKGI was quite a bit more involved than the one from ARDC. They had a number of different steps involved with it. What staff did in an effort to compare apples to apples was to take out some of the aspects that HKGI had proposed that were not particularly necessary as far as the study in order to compare these straight up against each other. As a result of that, the ARDC contract came in about 2 or 2.5 times less than with HKGI. So the staff is recommending that the council approve a contract with the ARDC to move forward on this study.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Counselor Geisler,
No questions.
Counselor Nelson,
Nope.
Counselor Peterson,
No comments.
Counselor Housechild,
Just that I look forward to this plan coming to fruition and meeting with the consultants to see what they think. So thanks.
thank you. And I have no comment. Is there any member of the public that wishes to comment or have input to this motion? With no public input, could we have a roll call?
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And that ends tonight's business. I would entertain a motion to recess.
Motion to
Motion
recess.
to
Nelson.
Second, Peterson.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Peterson. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you all. Have a great week.